The Infinix Note 40 Pro Plus 5G is possibly one of the few all-around smartphones in the market today with various charging capabilities under 14,000 pesos. It only packs a 4,600 mAh battery, but it does support up to 100 watt of supercharging and even 20 watt of wireless charging. While this is pretty sweet, this phone can also do a lot more. While it does offer a lot of features, it also raises some questions that we have to ask, including how long is the phone's uptime, how long does it take to charge, and more importantly, how does this phone perform? So without further ado, I'm Jose from Yugatech, and let's check out the all-new Infinix Note 40 Pro Plus 5G. On first glance, the Note 40 Pro Plus has a good feel to it, although it does feel a bit hefty, especially when compared to Dwayne's Galaxy S8 Plus, but it's still easy to carry around. Up front, you get a nice curved display that makes the phone feel great, as you have thin bezels as well. The front-facing camera is situated at the top with a punch hole. As for the back panel, it features a vegan leather finish with an Infinix 5G logo at the lower left side. Our review unit comes in the vintage green colorway. It's relatively smudge resistant too, thanks to its texture. There is an alternative colorway which is obsidian black, but this color does not appear to have the same leather finish as the one we have. Here at the back, you'll also find the device's camera island. It takes up a good amount of space, yet remains thin, only slightly protruding from the phone's body. The main camera is situated on the upper left, while the upper right and lower left lenses are for the ultra-wide and macro lenses. The bottom right circle is an LED flash that doubles as Infinix active halo lighting. You can use the former to add more light for portrait shots or even night videos. As for the active halo lighting feature, it's mostly cosmetic and used for notifications like incoming calls and the like. Moving on to the buttons and ports, the volume rocker are on the right side along with the power button. And on the left side, it's clean, but at the bottom you get a USB Type-C port, a speaker grill, and a dual nano SIM card slot. There's another speaker grill at the top along with a noise cancelling microphone. And you'll also notice the JBL sound logo here. Now, for those of you who are into audio, unfortunately, this phone does not come with a 3.5mm audio jack. The Infinix Note 40 Pro Plus also comes with an IP53 rating for dust and water resistance. While this should protect the phone from the accidental splashes of water and dirt, of course, don't submerge it in water, it's not waterproof. Overall, Infinix did well in designing and constructing this phone, but I'm not a big fan of how much space the camera island takes up at the back panel. But then again, the smooth curved display at the front makes up for this. The display is a 6.78-inch curved AMOLED display with full HD plus resolution, and it's also protected by Corning Gorilla Glass. In addition, you also have a refresh rate of 120Hz and peak brightness of 1300 nits. You get good colors that are rich and vibrant, and the bright display makes it easy to use in almost all circumstances. For audio, I've had a pleasant experience with the device in a variety of uses. I've watched streams on Twitch, watched YouTube videos, and even had Netflix binges. I was also able to enjoy the music of the games I was playing for a good amount of time, but I'll get back to that later. But going back, the dual stereo speakers are made in collaboration with JBL and DTS, and they sound great. The soundstage is great and you get decent clarity as well. And more importantly, they are loud. Paired with a nice display, you have an overall great phone for watching videos and playing games. Now, let's move on to the camera. In terms of camera, the Infinix Note 40 Pro Plus 5G comes with a triple rear camera setup. The setup consists of a 108-megapixel main sensor, a 2-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 2-megapixel macro sensor. In terms of videos, the rear camera can shoot up to 2K at 30 FPS. Up front, the Note 40 Pro Plus sports a 32-megapixel shooter, but when taking videos, the front camera can only record up to 720p at 30 FPS. The camera on this phone takes decent photos, especially under right conditions, and are generally sharp as long as there's enough lighting. With the help of AI, portrait enhancer, and various features, colors become even livelier and you get even more depth. Speaking of taking photos at night, the image quality isn't that noteworthy. While it is usable, it's not as sharp as when you're taking photos in the day, so you do get a decrease in quality. But still, it's usable if you're not too OC. There are also various toggles you can use, including AR Portrait Enhancer, 108-megapixel mode, switching aspect ratios, and filter choices. The camera also has a variety of features such as slow motion, time-lapse, panorama, and pro. There are even Sky Shop and super macro features. Sky Shop lets users take photos of the sky and add dedicated filters, as the name implies. As for super macro, it's great when you want to take photos of something at a really close distance, just to be able to see them in clear detail. Now, these are fairly niche features that you would usually find on more higher-end smartphones, so it's nice to see them on a smartphone in this price range. But as I mentioned earlier, the cameras aren't really the best. In terms of software, the Note 40 Pro Plus 5G runs on Android 14 skinned with XOS 14. According to Infinix, this device is set to receive 2 years of software updates and 3 years of security patches. You get a number of personalization options, allowing the users to fully personalize their phone. You can tinker with the always-on display, widgets, device fonts, colors, and many more. There's also a special function tab that features Magic Ring, floating window, MemFusion, Smart Panel, and Game Mode. Specifically, Magic Ring is the aforementioned feature that mimics Apple's Dynamic Island, which shows up when you're using biometrics. This feature also displays calls, recording, and charging periods. But aside from the nice features of XOS, the Note 40 Pro Plus does have a fair amount of bloatware. Users can choose to either keep or uninstall these, but I'm assuming most of you will do the latter. Now, under the hood, the Infinix Note 40 Pro Plus is powered by a MediaTek Dimensity 7020 chipset. This is also supported by Infinix's newly developed and dedicated Cheetah X1 power management chip. The X1 optimizes charging rates in favor of protecting the device's battery health. As mentioned earlier, our review unit comes with 12GB of RAM, which can be virtually expanded by an additional 12GB for a total of 24GB. This also has 256GB of storage available. On this phone, I mainly played Teamfight Tactics and League of Legends Wild Rift. The gameplay was smooth, even when I tinkered with the graphics settings a bit to bump it up, just so, the game looks a lot nicer. However, the phone did noticeably heat up after 2 hours of gaming, which is still decent. Additionally, when you're gaming, you can expect the phone battery to drain a lot faster. But then again, this phone does make up for it with its insanely short charging time, which we'll discuss more later on. Apart from that though, I can attest to the phone's performance. Not to mention, it can also run Genshin Impact. Although, you do have to adjust the settings to have a much smoother gameplay. And as always, for those who are interested, you can check out the benchmark scores right here. Now, if you're wondering why there are some benchmark scores missing, that's because we weren't able to do some of the apps for the GPU department. Specifically, 3D Mark and Geekbench had some issues running on the Note 40 Pro Plus for some reason, but we can still say that the Note 40 Pro Plus performs as expected of a mid-range phone, especially in its price point. Now let's move on to one of the highlights of the phone, the battery. The Infinix Note 40 Pro Plus is powered by a 4600 mAh battery, which is a bit small, but it does feature 100-watt fast charging. Based on PCMark's Work 3.0 battery test, our review unit lasted 10 hours and 58 minutes. As for a standard video loop test, the phone was able to last 19 hours and 42 minutes. These two tests were conducted in airplane mode, 50% brightness, and with volume muted. We also conducted a test for gaming uptime with the device giving us 5 hours and 27 minutes of gameplay. Now, like I said earlier, the Infinix Note 40 Pro Plus offers a lot of charging options, and these are charging options you would rarely find on a phone of this price range. You even get a special case with a complimentary MagSafe accessory that supports up to 20 watts wireless charging. There are even other smart charging features, including bypass charging 2.0, AI charging protection, PD 3.0 compatibility, and even reverse OTG charging. With its 100-watt fast charging though, it takes just 30 minutes from the device to charge from empty to full. For monitoring, we recorded the phone while charging at notable intervals from 15, 25, and 30 minutes. In just 15 minutes, the phone charged from 0 to 59%. 10 minutes later, the phone was already at 90%, and at 30 minutes, the phone was at full charge. Now, for those of you wondering, this test was done using Infinix 100-watt all-round fast break 2.0 charging brick and the provided power cable. So that's about it for the Infinix Note 40 Pro Plus. All things considered, this is a steal for its price. Users are treated to a great all-around performing mid-range device with various charging capabilities for under 14,000 pesos. While the camera could be better and Infinix could do away with the bloatware, the rest of the phone does make up for it. Nonetheless, if you're in the market for a decent all-around gaming phone on a budget, the Infinix Note 40 Pro Plus is something you should consider. For reference, the Note 40 Pro Plus has an SRP of 13,999 pesos for this variant, the 12GB plus 256GB variant. But what do you think of the Infinix Note 40 Pro Plus 5G? Is it something you'd cop or not? Whatever the case, share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, do drop a like and subscribe to our channel to watch more. Also, don't forget to follow us on our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And of course, the Yuga Tech website, where you can check out the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, this has been Asaya with the Infinix Note 40 Pro Plus, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.